Alright, so the final chapter of the tutorial is going to cover how to create cameras and animate cameras in a timeline with keyframes. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide the camera that we've been using so far. So there is no longer a camera that can display an output. So I will create a new camera by right-clicking again in the hierarchy and go to the camera, and then it automatically creates a camera somewhere in the world. So you can just carry it all the way back where you want to have it. And if you go to its properties, you can use it as a physical camera and choose any kind of lens or sensor type that you want to work with. A couple of hints to always do is that you always allow dynamic resolution, and then you always switch on the anti-aliasing, especially when you use point clouds, to kind of get rid of any kind of jitter effect of the point cloud. And then you can say fast approximate anti-aliasing. And one thing that we can also do with the cameras is that you can say, instead of rendering the environment as a background, I can also go ahead with colors. Exactly, and then automatically it comes with the audio listener. In the previous tutorial I mentioned that in order to listen to any audio source in the world, you have to have an audio listener attached to your camera. Okay. So let's say that we want to animate this camera to go in 1 minute from here all the way till here. To do that, you go to the animation, and if you don't see this, let me just close it. If you don't see this, you can always go to Window and go down to Animation, and then select the animation, and once again dock it to wherever you would like to have it. And whichever object you select, it suggests you in that name to create an animation or animator. So I'm gonna go ahead and say create an animator for the camera that I can call camera anim, and I can just save it in the presenter project, create a new folder if you want, called animations, and save it here. So now it shows up, like the timeline shows up here. This is 1 second. If you scroll out here inside the animation window, then we have 60 seconds here. What we are going to do is going to do recording of keyframes, kind of similar to how you would keyframe animate an object in Blender or in 3D Max or Maya, wherever you want to. And to do that, I'll start recording the timeline and say after 60 seconds, that equals to 60 seconds times 60 frames per second. I want to move my camera here. Now you have a camera that goes in 60 seconds from A to B. It probably accelerates throughout the time, and you can go switch to the curves, scroll out to zoom out, and then simply flatten these. I'll stop it for a second. I'll stop recording too. Right tangent, free, left tangent, linear. Sorry, both of them should be linear. Linear and linear. So now it keeps the same speed across A and B. It doesn't accelerate or decelerate. If you want your camera to look up, then you record once again. You can add a keyframe and then say, when you come here, I want you to look up. If you go to the properties, you can add more properties that you would like to animate. So it could be the field of view that you kind of animate as you go, field of view. Then you would add that to your timeline, and then again record it and say, as you come all the way till the last second, then make it 90. Oh, sorry, this was not the field of view, it was the focal length, sorry. So we can start here, 38. As we come all the way here, then we go with 90. I can just remove this one. And if you press play,